Personal budgeting is one of the most important life skills a young person can develop. In a world filled with instant gratification, tempting advertisements, and seemingly endless options for spending, learning to manage money early can set the foundation for a future that is not only secure but also full of opportunities. For many young people, the concept of budgeting can feel overwhelming or unnecessary, especially when income is limited or when financial responsibilities are still being handled by others. But starting now, even with small amounts, can be transformative. Let's explore what personal budgeting really means, why it matters, and how young people can take simple, effective steps to build financial confidence and independence. At its core, a personal budget is a plan for your money. It's about knowing how much money you have coming in, how much is going out, and making conscious decisions about where your money should go. Think of a budget as a roadmap. Just as you wouldn't set off on a long journey without some idea of your route, you shouldn't move through life without a plan for your finances. Budgeting doesn't mean you have to deny yourself every pleasure or fun experience. It means making sure you can enjoy life today while also preparing for tomorrow. Young people face unique financial circumstances. Maybe you're earning your first paycheck from a part-time job, receiving an allowance, or managing money from gifts or scholarships. Your expenses might include things like eating out with friends, transportation, clothing, entertainment, or saving up for something bigger, like a phone or a trip. Even if you don't have to worry about rent, bills, or groceries just yet, learning to budget now will make those future responsibilities much easier to handle. Why is budgeting so important for young people? First, it teaches discipline. By tracking how money comes in and goes out, you become more aware of your spending habits. You start to notice the little things, how those daily coffees or spontaneous purchases can add up over the course of a month. Second, budgeting builds confidence. When you're in control of your money, you feel empowered. You're less likely to feel anxious about finances and more likely to set and achieve meaningful goals. Third, budgeting helps you avoid debt. It's easy to overspend when you're not paying attention, and even small debts can spiral if left unchecked. By sticking to a budget, you learn to live within your means and avoid unnecessary borrowing. So, how do you get started with personal budgeting? The first step is to figure out your income. This is any money you receive on a regular basis, whether from a job, allowance, or gifts. It doesn't matter if it's a lot or a little. What matters is being honest and realistic about how much money you actually have to work with. Next, track your expenses. For a week or a month, write down everything you spend money on. This might include fixed expenses, things that stay the same each month, like a phone plan or subscription, as well as variable expenses like snacks, shopping, or entertainment. Don't forget occasional expenses like gifts or school supplies. There are many apps and tools to help with this, or you can keep it simple with a notebook or spreadsheet. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, it's time to build your budget. Start by listing your needs. These are the essentials you can't go without. For young people, needs might include transportation, school materials, or necessary clothing. Then, list your wants, things that are enjoyable but not essential, like dining out, streaming services, or new gadgets. Finally, set aside a portion for savings. Even if it's just a small amount each month, getting into the habit of saving early is one of the smartest financial moves you can make. Over time, those small amounts add up, and you'll be surprised at how much you can accumulate. Sticking to a budget can be challenging at first. It requires honesty, discipline, and sometimes saying no to things you really want. But remember, a budget isn't about restriction. It's about making your money work for you. It gives you the freedom to spend on the things that matter most, without guilt or stress. If you overspend one month, don't be discouraged. Adjust your budget, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. As you become more comfortable with budgeting, you can set specific financial goals. Maybe you want to save for a new laptop, a concert, or even start investing for the future. Setting goals makes budgeting more meaningful. It's easier to say no to something today when you know you're working towards something bigger tomorrow. And achieving those goals, no matter how small, feels incredibly rewarding. Another important aspect of personal budgeting is understanding the value of money. It's easy to compare yourself to others, especially in a world where social media can make it seem like everyone else is always buying new things or going on amazing trips. But remember, everyone's financial situation is different, and appearances can be deceiving. Focus on your own goals and needs. The discipline you develop now will serve you well throughout your life. Financial literacy is a skill, not an innate talent. The more you practice budgeting, the better you'll become. Don't be afraid to ask for advice from parents, teachers, or trusted adults. Look for resources online or at your school. The earlier you start, the more you'll benefit in the long run. In summary, personal budgeting is about more than just numbers. It's about making thoughtful choices, understanding your relationship with money, and building habits that will support you for years to come. By starting now, you're taking control of your future, reducing stress, and opening the door to opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach. So take that first step, track your spending, set your goals, and watch as your financial confidence grows. Your future self will thank you.